there's a few things Hubert Davis needs to do before he goes to California for almost an entire week. Make sure he's got the game film loaded on his laptop. Make sure he throws a book in his bag and check in with Jones and Adam.
Yes.
And that he is grateful to see our legal team for providing this opportunity. And they've also provided whole person legal care since 1989. We are CR Legal Team, and we stand up for you. Coach, we talked to Kenny Williams last week, and he said a lot of insightful things, as Kenny Williams often does.
Okay.
But one thing he said that I thought was interesting was that wearing that blue is heavy. And he said that you can't really appreciate it until you've actually done it and understand that it's different than playing at a lot of different places. In this era, when you don't always get a long time to explain that to the guys who are wearing that blue and the heaviness, how do you convey that to them, and how do you think that manifests itself?
Well, I think I agree with Kenny when he talks about, the heaviness of being a part of this program. My assumption is that what he's speaking about is, being the best that you can be, not just on the court, but off the court, in the classroom, and doing that on a national stage throughout your entire career. You're also playing for former players and the history of this program and this university, and that's a heaviness that you want to walk towards and you want to be a part of. And it's something, that heaviness is a privilege, and it's something that binds us all former players together and allows us to have the experiences that we've had here.
Do you feel any of that weight as the head coach?
No. I didn't feel that weight as a player. I didn't feel that weight as an assistant coach or a head coach. I feel honored and privileged to have been a part of this program for 30-something years. I think it's a privilege. I think it's a badge of honor to say that I went to school here, graduated from here, raised my family here, and now I'm getting to coach here. And so I don't think it's a heaviness or a burden at all. I think it's a blessing.
Every Monday at 7 o'clock, I like to listen to Hubert Davis live.
Of course.
On the radio, which I did this week as well, of course.
Yes, you did.
And I heard you talking about how just kind of the game day, all the things you have to do, all the talking you have to do by the time
you guys are having me talking now.
No, but this is different because we're all friends.
Oh, this is different? Okay.
We're all friends.
Yeah.
And we don't do things like stretch out the end of the game for 30 minutes. We would never do that. So I was just wondering kind of how you've learned over these last 5 years because being the head coach means you're not just talking on game day, but there's something every single day where you're having to do that. How have you learned how to manage the fact that you do have to do that, but then how do you recharge it so that you're ready to do it the next day?
People are so surprised when they realize, or I tell them, that I'm an introvert and I do not like talking. I have a word allotment every day, and if I get to 0 in the morning, then the rest of the day is cut off. And you look back at life and think about things that you experienced, and then you see how it helped you and shaped you to prepare you for where you are now. I would have never thought that I would have worked for ESPN. I hate public speaking. I was in speech therapy class and stuttered all throughout elementary school, middle school, high school. Trouble with pronunciation, especially in large crowds. And I'm on ESPN. And every job that I've done has been in front of the camera and around people. And I've really enjoyed it, but I also value the time by myself and with my family that recharges me to when I do have to talk. And it allows me to get that rest and rejuvenate throughout the day.
what do you do when it's 2:00 and you've hit the word limit and there's still practice and you got to go hang out with Jones probably? Like, what do you do?
What it is, I just find a reserve tank and and push through it. One of the things that I do is I stay up till 1:30, 2:00 in the morning every night. Ooh. And my wife does not like that, but when she goes to bed, it's the first time all day that no one is asking me to do something or talking to me. And so those 2.5 hours, I can get work done, I can pray, I can read, I can watch a show, I can relax and think and get organized. And those are some of the times that I can recharge, even though I'm up late at night.
What are you reading right now?
I actually am not reading a book right now. I'm trying to find a book to read. What I am looking at, is it Landman? Mm-hmm. I'm watching that.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah. Me and my wife are really digging that one. So we're in season 1 right now. We're binging a little bit, and it's a really good show.
You guys are heading out west. We talked on the radio show that you didn't feel like where you played or the amount of travel should play a big role in how
it's a factor. I mean, yes. I mean, we're going to different times, so it is a factor. But
I was going to ask you, so only one team, and that was Wake Forest last year, won both games in traveling to California, and this is what all the ACC teams do when they go to California. You play both Stanford and Cal, just like when Stanford and Cal come east, they play a pair of games. Why do you think it's been such a challenge for the league? Obviously, Stanford and Cal are trying to win the games. That's part of it. But why do you think it has been so difficult for teams to go out there and be successful?
Well, that is, we talked during the radio show, and we talked about scheduling a long time ago where, Carolina played the first game in the Smith Center, and the next day they were playing in Milwaukee. Yep. We were like, that's interesting. Or during my visit where they had back-to-back games, a conference and a non-conference game. It's different in the middle of the season to fly across the country and to live out there for a week and to play 2 teams and on the road. And that's difficult. And it's different. But focusing on that, I don't think that's real. At the end of the day, it's about your preparation, it's about your practice and how you play. And wherever you are, you're going to be out there during the NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. And so if you make it, and so you have to be willing to adapt and adjust and go out there and execute and play. Those are factors that you can't focus on. I'd rather focus on taking care of the basketball, making free throws, and playing some defense.
Carolina heads out on Wednesday, or they head out actually on Monday. They headed out on Monday. First game is on Wednesday. That's 9:00 Eastern time against Stanford. Then the Heels will stay out in California, face Cal on Saturday afternoon. Coach, look forward to what is going to be a busy week with the Tar Heels, and appreciate you joining us here on Checking In as always.
Yeah, I love, talking with you guys.
Yeah, I know you do. And if we'll take a peek on that flight, see what Coach is watching on his computer. We don't know.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, maybe game film, maybe Landman.
It'll be game film.
Focus on that right now. Yes. But for now, we'll say goodbye. Thanks for joining us. It has been another edition of Checking In, presented by CR Legal Team.